Are you struggling with bald spots and wondering, will rice water work for you? Are you wondering if rice water will help you to grow your hair back? That's exactly what we're going to talk about today. This is Dr. Dwella Mote Nelson, your healthy scalp specialist. So rice water, we've seen it also. We've seen a lot of celebrities using it. We've seen people talking about how it makes their hair look so healthy and full. So does rice water actually help your scalp? That's what we're kind of getting at today. We have seen and research has shown that rice water does help with dryness on the scalp. It does help with flakiness of the scalp, like if you have dry, flaky scalp. Rice water also is shown to be anti-inflammatory. So if you have an inflammation on the scalp, it's said to help with that, with helping with that inflammation on the scalp. But we know for sure that rice water helps with the strands of hair, with your hair itself, not the scalp. And there's a lot of people, you can look it up online and they'll tell you how rice water has helped their hair to feel thicker and full and shinier and more manageable and less flyaways. So I would say, if I had to wager, I would say there's probably more information out there about how rice water will help the hair versus how rice water helps the scalp. When it comes to the scalp, I always err on the side of caution. And I always say, if you have an issue with your scalp, go to see a dermatologist, talk to your cosmetologist about it, go to see a trichologist, or talk to your primary care physician if you have anything going on with your scalp. But with hair, when you look at hair, I know you have questions about your hair growth, how to grow your hair in, what you should be doing. You may be a little bit nervous about asking a question, but I really want to hear from you because I want to help you. I want to help you to grow your hair in, to get your hair as healthy as possible. Please leave me messages below or comments below so that I can answer your questions. I'm here to help. There's so many different types of hair, different strands, different density, different textures, some curly, some straight, some wavy, just like with shampoos and conditioners. We've talked about this once before. What works best for your hair, your cosmetologist will be able to help you with making that decision. And so with rice water, it really is a great treatment for the hair. It's fortified with all types of proteins that really help your hair to be stronger, but those things don't necessarily affect the health of your scalp. So if you're concerned about your scalp being healthy and concerned about bald spots on the scalp, I would say look at some possible things that you can do, like derma rolling. Just doing derma rolling is basically like doing acupuncture to the scalp. There's a little tool that's called a derma roller. You can take that once your scalp is clean. You can roll it over your scalp. Maybe you could do it once, even as much as once a day, but it just increases the circulation of the blood flow right there in those bald spots on your scalp. And that's something you do. You don't really have to add anything after that. You can do that just to see if that's going to help. Like my husband will say, that's the lowest hanging fruit. It's the least expensive thing that you can do to see if you can revive those follicles and get your hair to start growing back in. There are kits that you can buy that have that derma roller in it, as well as a serum that helps to fortify the scalp, help to fortify your follicles to get them to start growing again. So something like the Nutritive Scalp Elixir Growth Kit, which is what we provide here through Dr. TopicOils, has high quality essential oils in a formula that we know will help to grow your hair in, along with the derma roller and a massage tool that helps you to really be able to work on getting those bald spots to grow in. So, we kind of have to separate the hair from the scalp. I know that there are a lot of different shampoos and conditioners and different things that you can use to make your hair look and feel a certain way. If you want fullness, you can use a bodifying shampoo or a volumizing shampoo or volumizing conditioner. If you want your hair to be fuller, if you want your hair to be more sleek, you can use different types of shampoos and conditioners that are best for like a blowout or a flat iron. So depending on how you prep your hair, you can kind of make your hair say whatever you want it to say. If you want it to be big and full and you want an afro and want it to be curly, there are products that can help you to do that. If you want it to be sleek and you want it to be easy to flat iron and to tame flyaways, there are different formulas that you can use for that, for shampoos and conditioners to put on your hair. There's also serums you can put on your hair that help with flyaways and help with frizz. So I think when we talk about bald spots and rice water, we want to make sure that we're hitting the nail on the head. So when we talk about rice water, I would say 80% of what you're going to find about rice water is about how rice water helps the hair to be shiny and healthy. There's not as much about how it helps the scalp. Not to say that it doesn't work for some people, because as we mentioned before, what works for one person may not work for another, but it's worth a shot. It's just rice water. It doesn't have chemicals, unless of course you get it from a company. You have to turn around the label and look at the label and see what's on the label, but you can make rice water at home. There's a bunch of different DIY rice water recipes online. If you have rice at home, you can make your own rice water, allow it to ferment, and then use it on your scalp yourself. So it's not something that you have to buy. You can make that yourself at home. So I would say, when it comes to bald spots on the scalp, I would say, first of all, see your dermatologist, your cosmetologist, a trichologist, or your general practitioner, and tell them about your bald spots that are on your scalp. And do this right away. Don't wait until that bald spot used to be the size of a dime and now it's the size of a quarter. Don't wait until it starts to spread and expand on your scalp. The longer you wait, the harder it is for that hair to grow back in. So as soon as you start to see thinning, usually when you have bald spots, you start to see a little bit of your hair is not as thick as it used to be. So that's the first sign, is that oh wow, I can see my scalp through my hair a little bit more than I used to be able to see it. That's really the first sign. So as soon as you start to see your hair is looking a little bit thinner, you want to go and seek help immediately. And your hair can thin by so many different things, can cause your hair to thin. It could be thin because you got sick, or you had to go to the hospital, or you change your medication, or you were stressed out because you had a job interview or deadline coming up, or you could have gone on a swimming trip and there was too much chlorine in the water when you went swimming. I mean, there's so many different things that could cause your hair to thin, that as soon as you start to see that thinning, you want to concentrate on the health of your scalp. We believe here at Dr. Topic Oils that a healthy scalp will grow hair. So if your scalp is nice and healthy, then your hair will grow. Thank you so much. This is Dr. Dwella Mote Nelson, your healthy scalp specialist.